Hey friends, today I'm here to talk to you about the letter X. Now, X is one of those special letters that is not used very often to start words. A lot of times we find it at the end of a word or in the middle of a word. But we're going to talk about the different places we can hear that X sound and how we make the letter X. So I'm going to show you my board here. I made the X. Now, Mrs. Green does not have her big lines or her little lines or my big curves or my little curves at home. So look, I used 2 pencils to make my puppies see something that they want. I'll show it to you in a minute. I used 2 pencils to make my capital X using my big lines, and then 2 crayons to make my lowercase x and use those as my little lines. So you can even practice that at home. You could use pencils, you could use crayons, but let's look at how we make that letter X. So it's a big line. I'm going to slide it down. And then I go up to the other side and I slide down the other way to make the letter X, the capital letter X. The lowercase is the same way, except we use 2 little lines for our lowercase x. So I slide down a little line, another little line, slide down the other way. Now I'm going to take my crayons and my pencils down for a little bit so that we have a little more space on that board. And now I am going to show you some things that have the letter X in the word. I do have one picture. Sorry, I'm trying to get it so that you can see the board and see me and the items that I have. My first word actually does start with the letter X. It's when you go to the doctor and they take a picture of your bones. Do you know what that's called? I heard some of you say an X-ray. And let's see. Oh, I think you can see this X-ray. This right here down the middle is Mrs. Green's spine. And coming off of my spine are my ribs. So X-ray does start with the letter X. Now, this is something you see above a door, and it tells you that you can walk out that door. It's a sign. It has red letters, and it means to leave. Yes, exit. So here is an exit sign, and you see the letter X as the second letter in the word exit. Spell it with me. E-X-I-T. Very good. Exit. And a lot of times we will see that X in the middle of a word, like exciting, exit, excellent. All of those words that I just said start with EX. And then we can hear that X at the end of a word. If I am making a cake, what do I have to do to the batter? I have to mix it. Mix. We hear that X at the end of the word mix. And today, I received what from Amazon? A box. So box, you hear that X at the end of the word box. So the X makes that X sound. So let's sing our song together. The X says X. The X says X. Every letter makes a sound. The X says X. Very good. Now, this is what my dog was trying to get. I have one of my favorite treats. Do you know what that is? It's Cool Whip. I love Cool Whip. And this is something you can do at home. If you have Cool Whip, Get some Cool Whip, get a plate. Or maybe you have some ranch dressing and some carrots. You could use the carrots and practice your letters. But I put some Cool Whip on my plate, and I want you to watch. Woo, it's so fun. It feels so good. Here I am. I'm spreading my Cool Whip out on my plate. Now, let's see. Now I've got all of my fingers, but I do have a paper towel here. Or guess what? You can lick it because it's so yummy. I'm going to practice making my letters. I'm going to make a big line down, slide my big line down. I'm going to come to the other side, and I'm going to slide my big line down the other way. What letter did I make? The letter X. Very good. Oop. I'm going to cover my plate back up. Now, I have learned almost all of my letters. So now I'm just going to practice writing them. Now, my last name is what? Green. That's right. And what does green start with? The G. So look, I can take my finger. I'm going to make a big curve and then a little line. And I made what letter? G. That's right. And this week we're learning about dinosaurs. And the reason that we're learning about the letter X during Dinosaur Week is because dinosaurs are extinct. So you hear that X at the beginning of that word, extinct. And it's like the word exit. It starts with the EX. But let's make the letter that we hear at the beginning of the word dinosaur. What letter is that? D. So I'm going to make a big line and then a big curve to make my letter D. So this is easy. You can do the same thing. Get some, and if you don't have Cool Whip, you could use flour. Like I said, you could use ranch dressing and like some carrots. You could use shaving cream, all kinds of things you can use. The reason Mrs. Green loves Cool Whip is because look what you get to do afterwards. Because it's yummy. And you can eat your letters after you're all done. So practice making your letters into something, using something fun to help you. Today I'm going to do a directed drawing with you. So in your Ziploc bag that you got the very first week that we started doing school this new way, I sent home a Ziploc bag and it had just white construction paper in it. And it said on the bag, saved work. So I want you to have mama or daddy put me on pause. I want you to go get a sheet of that white construction paper and come back and join me as I show you how to draw an X-ray. I'm going to get my marker out, and you go ahead and pause me and go do that. And hopefully you're all coming back. And let me move this so that you can see it. So I'm going to start first with a square, because when I showed you my X-ray right here, I'm sorry, not a square. I'm going to start with a rectangle. It is on a rectangle. So I'm going to draw my rectangle. What do we know about a rectangle? It has 4 sides, 2 long sides, 2 shorter sides. So I'm going to start with, I'm going to make 4 dots to help me draw my rectangle. Here we go. Here are my 4 dots. Now I'm going to connect them. I'm going to draw a big line down, and now it's your turn. Now watch Mrs. Green. I'm going to come and draw another big line straight down. Watch me. Very good. Now your turn. Now I'm going to come back up to the top and I'm going to draw my shorter line. So watch me. I'm going to draw that line straight across. In your turn. And I'm going to come down to the bottom and draw another shorter line. Watch me. And your turn. Awesome. So now we're ready to draw the bones in our x-ray, because remember, an x-ray is a picture of your bones. So the bones we're going to draw are your ribs. And can you all point to your ribs? Let me stand up. Your ribs are right here. And the ribs start at your back where your spine is. And they come around and they protect those important organs in your body, like your heart, your lungs, your stomach. The ribs are there to protect those organs. So that's what we're going to draw our x-ray of. So the first thing we're going to do is draw a line straight down the middle. So watch Mrs. Green. I'm going to draw a line straight down the middle. Your turn. And then we're going to draw our ribs off to each side, because you have ribs on both sides of your body. And the ribs up around the top part are longer than the ribs down around your tummy. So I'm going to draw kind of a curved line down, and on the other side, the same thing. Your turn. It almost looks like the letter T, doesn't it? So now I'm going to draw another curve on one side and another curved line on the opposite side. Your turn. And I'm going to do another and another. And you see each time they're getting a little bit shorter. And I'm going to draw one more on both sides. And there is our x-ray. So I think I will shade it in. Remember, it's a little bit harder for me to shade when I'm using a dry erase board than if you're using a crayon. So you might want to get a yellow crayon so that it will shade nicely, and maybe take the wrapper off of the crayon so that you can rub it. So I'm just going to kind of shade it in just to give a little bit of color to my x-ray. And an x-ray, of course, is black and white though. Your bones show up as white and the film that the x-ray is on is black. It's kind of hard to see that I shaded it. There we go. Maybe you can see it a little bit better if I bring it closer. So boys and girls, X, remember, big line slides down. I go back up to the top. Big line slides down the other way. X is for X-ray. X is for X-ray. And you also hear the word X in the middle of words like exit and extinct. And you hear the word X at the end of words like box and mix. So you do your directed drawing. After you finish, put it back in your saved work bag so that I can collect those and put them in your alphabet book. Great job with the letter X. I'm so very proud of all of you, and I'll see you soon. I love y'all very, very much. Bye, my friends.